maybe turn it down just a little bit so I can hear you a little bit more.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, it's good.
How's that?
Yeah, I don't really hear anything now at all.
Just take a minute. Take a minute. Hear that? I think they just joined us.
Hey,
Hey,
All
how
right.
you doing?
good. How you
Oh my
doing?
goodness, I know her. There she is.
What up? What up?
Hey, what? Hey, it's all happening.
Yes, yes.
About 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we started this season,
Yes.
and it's unraveling. I'm gonna check something real quick. Wow, since you're on here now, I want to see something.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there's that. Okay,
Hey, Ray.
Hey, what's up, D? How you been?
Good. How are you?
I've been good. Been growing and feeling good. Just loving on Miss Delisha Lewis. She inspired me to do good things.
oh please, that's hungry talk.
Well, even if I was hungry, shoot, you
All
still
right, I
inspire
take
me to
it.
do good things. You know, it's like I'm studying competition with myself.
Mm,
That's about
I
it.
understand that. Just think if we really got in the mindset of really staying in competition just with ourselves and not necessarily with somebody else, but how somebody else perceives us,
Right.
Indeed. Indeed.
and getting out of that game. Because I want to call that silence violence.
Silence bites.
Yeah. You know, when somebody silently is crooking you and hooking you, and you can't say anything because they haven't yelled or done any seemingly done anything to you.
D, do you see this PowerPoint on the screen?
Yeah, I
Okay.
see it very well. Did you do that?
Yes.
Voila.
Thanks.
Voila. I told you.
Yeah, it's 10 little
She's the
slides.
one.
10 little slides. This is kind of a big deal for me. I just hope you know, because you know I don't really like to talk, and so I don't even know what's happening now, but I'm just kind of rolling with it.
I didn't know you didn't. Oh, yes, I did know you didn't like to talk.
Now
You'll be
I'm
fine.
good, like one-on-one, like, hey, we talking, and yes, you know, but just
front
for
of people?
like somebody's staring, I'm like, oh God, no.
You'll be breaking out of your shell then.
That's it. That's it.
Right there. That's it right there.
That's it. And I think it's time. I'm getting too old, so I better hurry up so I don't turn into a rotten egg.
Age is a state of mind. I'm 50.
I'm right behind you, girl. I'm 49.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay,
What
so
up? I knew it.
Yeah.
The mental is there.
I'm gonna say thank you. I finally grew up. I told my mom, why did it take so long? So what you been up to?
Sitting at the computer waiting for a phone call. I had one phone call today. This is my job, I'm telling you, because I work from home now.
Oh,
so
good. Okay.
I'm reading or researching something and throwing in some movies here and there.
Hey.
And then after work, I go for a drive.
Oh, I like that. Just to see some beautiful scenery and see what's happening outside.
Yep. Still social distancing, though.
Yeah. It's probably, you know what, I think it's going to be that way for a while, even after we go back into whatever is considered semi-normal.
I read today that you guys closed all your beaches.
Right. And I saw a sign when we passed through one that I think Santa Monica might open back up on May 15th. I don't know, but they've been closed pretty much maybe since like a week after this whole pandemic occurred.
Uh-huh.
And so, but we did find a little spot where, we might be able to get close to some water.
Nice.
So I was going to say, so besides the social distancing, like just where are you now just with all of this and just in yourself, as a whole?
I'm always a loner anyway. So this is nothing for me. This is probably what I would have been doing anyway. Like,
okay.
I feel by myself a lot, but I just know I'm optimistic of what's coming because I know it's going to be a complete change for me, the people I'm surrounding myself by. Like, life is going to be different, but good.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I really, really do. And actually, I don't even want it any other way. I feel like this window or occurrence, I want to say, open up kind of like a portal, like, go ahead and shift into something else. And then it's almost like you don't need to explain anything. You need to just stay there and keep on going. Like, don't look back. That's how I feel.
Right. It's giving me a lot of opportunity to self-reflect because I have surgery on the 11th. It just seems like a whole bunch of renewals is happening right now. So I just know I'm going to come out of this stronger because I'll be able to walk better. I have to have knee replacement. But in a couple weeks, everything is going to be good again. So I'm looking forward to a bunch of stuff. It's like it's just a new life I think is going to start.
I honestly, I feel the same way. And, like I told you, I had to go by work today and it was a trip because at first when I got there, I'm like, where am I? Of course I knew where I was at, but this felt so strange because I haven't been there in almost 6 weeks. And then of course, by the time I went to do what I needed to do and finished, it was like, it all was so familiar to me again. And I said, okay, I haven't been off long enough because it shouldn't even feel familiar anymore.
Right.
So I said, I hope this isn't an indicator that I'm going back anytime soon. That's all.
Where do you work?
I actually, believe it or not, I work at a church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I work at a church, and
old church too.
What'd you say?
I said an old church too.
You said a whole church?
Old.
Oh yeah, it is old, but I'll say this, it's a very liberal church. And in the sense that they welcome people from every walk of life, and the clergy, they have gay and lesbian and LGBT. I can't say trans, but I know they have gay and lesbian clergymen or clergy women that that are part of the community and the work. So that kind of differentiates that church different from most mainstream churches, which would not ever permit that.
Yeah, I mean, times are changing though, and if they are sincere in their path, then they should be able to allow everyone.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I mean, because you have to be crazy to think that just because someone may be doing something that you don't understand or that's not for you, that they're not talking to God either. I mean, I think that's absolutely.
I agree.
So, but even with all of that, I just feel like this is another opportunity, to start focusing on creating the things that we really, really want to see come to pass and kind of letting go of what seems like security.
Let's be honest.
That's right.
Okay.
I feel like that's how we all get into trouble, when we don't really speak how we really feel.
Okay. So my name is Ray, and I'm here with Delisha. And first of all, I want to say this. I love you guys. Glad everyone's here because I feel that we are the forerunners of a whole new way of life, a whole new way of looking at ourselves and maneuvering through this ocean of reality. Okay, and it's a blessing that we're all here and we're taking to initiative, open up our heart and minds for a group collective of information, because we all going, I know pretty soon, something like last week, Nicole wants to do the tarot. Maybe someone else would like to share something that they know that can edify us. We can self-invest in ourselves. This
right.
is self-investment. And I like to say this. We're going to step off into the quantum reality. And what I mean by that is that in quantum realities, your consciousness, your attention affect the molecules, the protons, and everything around you. Okay, so that is a given fact.
It is a fact.
Given fact. So what we're going to learn today is something that's really going to elevate us on our stair climb. I like when Delisha got these little steps right here. We making these steps. And here's the second step. First step we understood something about numerology. Second step, we're gonna understand something about Ho'oponopono. So I like to pass it over to Delisha, the Crown Regalia.
Okay.
Okay. Well, listen. Let me. We got feedback, so if y'all can mute y'all phone, or I can mute everyone. I'd rather if y'all mute y'all phone. So
Well, actually, but if somebody have a question, just
just wave your hand up, and then unmute your phone.
Yeah, and that's So don't just stop me. You don't have to listen and just say wait. Just say, hey, I got a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, I just want to say before I even get into presenting this thought, I actually had an idea about forming a petition letter, and the petition letter was really a letter to write down what your immediate, your short-term, and your long-term goals were in terms of really manifesting the greater aspects of yourself and things in your life path that you wanted to do. And not speaking just to you guys, but for myself, really. And since we started having these discussions, I just thought it would be a great conversation piece, because every time I'm talking with people, it always comes back to things that they really want to show up in their life or things they want to manifest in their lives. So now, since we've been kind of like on this slow down, shutdown, it really gave me a time to do some inner reflection. And, so I was wanting to write this letter, and it just so happened that I was talking to Nicole about this petition letter, and I wanted to kind of bring it forth to be a discussion and something that people may be interested in coming, to do. And then so she happened to mention that she had wrote a forgiveness letter to herself. And so after our conversation, I was like, oh gosh, before we even get into goal planning and setting, why not do a forgiveness letter, to kind of like clear out the space within yourself, to kind of clear out everything so that these certain things that keep coming up won't keep getting in the way of progress. And so this is what the motivation and inspiration was to actually put this letter to, this whole process together before getting into doing a petition letter and ritual. So without further ado, I just wanted to share that. And at the end of this, Nicole is going to share a Ho'opono or a forgiveness letter that she's written to herself that she felt comfortable sharing with everybody. So at the end, you'll get to hear her expression. And so thank you, Nicole, for opening yourself up in this space, and that it was a safe place that you felt that you could do that. So I'm really grateful. And after this, I am going to write my own letter. I've done one of these before, so in a different group setting, but I will be writing another one with a whole different level of understanding about myself and where I'm at in my life today. So without further ado, I would just want to present to you the thought of a 3-step process to not only like clearing your ground, but clearing your ground so that you can plant new seeds or the seeds that you already have, and then harvest those seeds into full fruition of, embodying your higher divine self in every aspect, and no longer just a thought in your mind and in your heart, but you're actually living it. And I know it's a process. Although some things I know can and will happen overnight, miracles do occur, but in the process, I feel that it needs to be a continual work in progress. So this is, so as you listen to this is a 10-slide presentation, about stepping up. As you can see, stepping up. If you look at the picture, you'll see the steps where you can see the stairs, like you're going upstairs. You can see a little green light there. I don't know if you guys can see it from your end. But when I saw this template, it really felt like it was in alignment with stepping up into activating and achieving your ultimate life. And so this is part 1 of a 3-part framework for igniting, implementing, and integrating the embodiment of our true identities, of our authentic divine self. Okay, so next slide. So before I even wanted to get into the steps, these quotes kind of came to me, and I just want to explain why I'm using particularly the quote on the gardening and forgiving is because I'm going to use gardening as kind of like a metaphor for actually going through this process. And then I put a quote for healing and forgiving because I feel like part of the first step is that you got to forgive yourself, you got to forgive others, and to clear your space so that you can actually grow things in the right conditions. So the first, Ray, I'm going to ask you, can you read the quotes?
Okay. Okay. The first quote we have: "We are human in expression, but divine in creation, and limitless in potentiality." I like to say limitless in our potentiality. But
Okay.
we are human in expression, but divine in creation, and limitless in potentiality. That's Eric Butterworth said that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
And,
So I was going to ask you, how do you feel about that? Because you talk about this so much, and this is why I'm asking you to read that particular one.
I like that. That's us, you know, because we are limitless. We're energy with consciousness, and we're aware of ourselves. And that only that instant of us being aware of ourselves in the environment gives us absolute power to create and to think of something and work forth that way. You know, because we're expression, we're human beings, but we're energy, and our energy is divine, cosmic. So that's us. That's all of us right here, even if you
Right.
don't know it.
Right. No. Well, I think it's time to know. Thank you. The second one in the middle, Sheila, do you mind reading the second one and just express what you think when you read the second quote, the green one with the flowers? Okay.
Unmute yourself, Sheila.
At the bottom.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Okay. Okay, you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We might think we are nurturing our garden, but of course it's our garden that is really nurturing us. That's true. When I used to garden, I'd get so much out of just putting my hand in the dirt. It feel like I was connecting to something. And the flowers, they're so beautiful, and the colors, it just make you feel, so at peace. It seems like you're connecting, with Mother Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, it does do something for you. It's like therapy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll just say that I know I kind of felt like, and then all of our vegetables and fruit come from the garden. So I guess it's still nurturing us, even like, it's like so many layers.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like the inspiration, for that. Thank you so much. And
Can I add something?
Yeah, of course.
Well, in my view, it's a symbiotic relationship. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And when it's the same thing as hot and cold, they're gonna always be opposite of each other. So we gotta have these both. We gotta understand that we're on this world, and also we're not of this world, and we're in this world.
Right.
It's all depending on our preference, our perception. So yes,
I love that.
symbiotic.
Yeah, that's true.
I love that. Does anybody else have anything to say about this one in the middle, the quote about gardening?
No, it's just beautiful.
Okay. Then I was going to ask Shamika, can you do the last one?
I think something happened.
Here I come.
Oh.
Okay, there she is.
She's listening though.
I just got home, so I'm kind of trying to still get stuff together. Okay, so
the last quote. Even how you feel about it, what it make you, how you feel?
When you forgive, you heal. When you let go, you grow. Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. And how do I feel about it?
Yeah, like how do you feel about it?
Some things we don't always want to hear it. You know what I mean? Even if it's good for us.
Yeah.
I want to just not forgive you. You know what I mean? And just move on with my life. I just want to do that. Sometimes we feel these things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're not thinking about the second part. It says you heal. It doesn't say anything about the other person. So
Yes.
forgiveness is for you, not
Yeah.
for the other person.
Right.
Right.
It's, for me personally, it's still hard, but I get it and I'm trying.
I love it. I'm trying.
A goddess in a human body. That's exactly what
Yeah.
Right. And I just want to say that when she just said a goddess in a human body, and I feel like, a big part of just say going forward and really trying to fully manifest or embrace the divine persons that we are, we struggle with the lower nature versus the higher. And a lot of times we succumb to that lower nature, and it prevents us from fully embodying that higher nature just as a lifestyle, as opposed to like in and out, in and out. And I think for me personally, I can only speak for myself, that's why I've been so disappointed on a lot of times, because I feel like I knew better, but I let that get me, drag me back into that frame.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just really trying to stay focused and, just rooted. And I feel like I want to get my roots right. So I'm just coming from a very personal perspective of really getting my roots right to grow the right things, and so the right things will gravitate towards me in my life. So I just wanted to just add that part. And then at the very bottom, there's one more quote. And Dee Dee, I was going to ask if you could read this one.
Yep, it says, "You are who you've been waiting for."
Aww.
Ray Lewis always says this. Go Ray, go
Yeah.
Ray.
We are.
But he always says this. So
We are.
how do you feel about that, Dee Dee? Like, you are who you've been waiting for.
Man, I know I need to get over myself sometimes, because like there's a goddess and there's a God in everybody. And just going back to the third quote for a second, because that was powerful for me, because when it says, when you forgive, you heal. And when you reach to the level of forgiving, that means that you've overcome your ego, which is a powerful thing that rules pretty much the world. If you can let go, or as I would also say, surrender, and you just are in that calmness, there's no stopping you. And that's how the growth comes. So I really wanted to touch on the third point because I really liked it. As far as me being who I've been waiting for, it's true, and it's true for all of us. And I feel we've all come together now for a purpose and for a reason, and we just got to make sure that we help each other be who we've been meaning to be this whole lifetime.
Ashe.
Oh.
Ashe. That is, honestly, you gave me a chill.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm like, wow, because I'm just like, I'm really in awe. It's so real. And, I'm just, like I said, just grateful for this moment to share. And I thank you guys for supporting me right now, supporting us right now, as we're going through this whole idea, of nurturing yourself and then really getting prepared to truly embody and initiate, rites of passage, whatever you want to call it, to really be that and just be that, period. And you don't have to keep changing suits just because you go to a job. You can still be that God or goddess even in that job, And so I just thank you. I just wanted to, those are the quotes that kind of came to me. I was kind of correlating them in the sense of using gardening as a way to express about the forgiveness letter, about forgiving and then gardening your life, and then expressing, the limitless potentiality that we all possess. And because we are who we've been waiting for, we just have to know that, not believe it. As Ray said, believe means we lie.
Right.
So, but to know that, it's like, I'm here, you just have to know that. And, and so that was also part of the inspiration of this as well. So anyways, thank you. And I'm ready to go to the next slide. Okay. Stepping up, activating and achieving your ultimate life. And as you'll see, a little light bulb with growth of greenery on each slide. And it's like, hey, let the light stay on and continue to grow in light. So that's my little logo for today. But I am going to talk about the aspects of gardening, for activating and achieving success to your ultimate life, for the embodiment of your true identity and of your authentic divine self. And so in this three-part framework, the igniting is actually just really preparing the soil. And, whenever you're going to start a garden, really and truly, you would think that a person would prepare your soil in a way you wouldn't just start just planting seeds. I mean, you would do something to it, I would assume, unless you really have such a green thumb, you can grow anything. So the igniting aspect of this presentation, we'll be just talking about igniting, not implementing and integrating, but I'm just mentioning the implementing, which is the process of planting the seeds after you've prepared your soil. And I said, planting, irrigation, writing a petition or a plan. And that's when I mentioned earlier in this conversation about writing a petition letter. But before you want to start trying to plant your seeds, I feel like you got to get your ground right so that you really know what you're asking for. And in the right climate, if you understand what I'm saying. And hold on, the chopper's passing by.
Helicopter. We in Cali, y'all. Helicopter fly low around here.
He said, "Wait, let me make some noise." Okay, and then integrating is actually the harvesting part from planting your seeds, and that's when you really dedicate yourself to the care of your garden, you're pruning it, you're doing things to prevent insects or different things from you taking it over, you're pulling up weeds, and you really dedicated to making sure that the work that you need to do to fully embody those seeds, and it could just be you're an artist or you're buying a house or you're trying to save so much money to invest in this or invest in that, that you're actually harvesting off of the seeds that have been planted. So I just feel like it's a process. And a lot of times when you don't know the things that you need to do to, get the process started properly and then actually implement that process, it's hard to integrate being what it really is. And it just seems like it ends up being this hodgepodge of things that's great, but nothing's really fully manifested. I don't know if that makes sense. Does anybody have anything to say?
Yeah, I did. Okay. You got this up here. Let me see something. I didn't want to do that. But you got this, what I got highlighted.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, you see that what I got highlighted? Okay. That really like rung my bell. I want to talk about it for a minute. We're using aspects of gardening. Okay. So first thing about aspects of gardening that come to my mind is nature, which is natural. Okay. We're doing something that's natural. It's nature.
Right.
To activate and achieve success for your ultimate life, for the embodiment of your true identity of your authentic divine self. Now, breaking that down, it's a lot in that. I see that before you even can embody the true divine self, you got to find out who you are first, right? And when you find out who you are, your true identity, but even before you find out your true identity, you got to lay down the pathway for embodying your true identity. So it does all go back to gardening. It's the fertile ground that you planting this on. You're coming into this understanding with an open heart and open mind. That's your ground. Is your willingness to hear, to do something. That's your ground. And then now the seed is your true identity. This is what we're looking for, who we really are.
Right.
And once you find out who you really are, your purpose, you embody that. In other words, you're going to walk and be authentic. There is no way someone can predict you. Because one thing about authenticity is unpredictable. It's genius. It's genius because you cannot predict genius.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, we got to understand that a lot of us is in a Newtonian physics state of mind. We still think about predicting, and Darwin said the chance, and also with Darwin, he said the evolutionary man is like, it's no divine will behind it. There's no conscience behind it. It's just up and spring. There you go, right there. And if you really try to dig some deep roots, you really can't do that with that. You know,
Right.
you can't do that with that. So it makes more sense that we are energy, that we do manifest from a divine consciousness, that we're here to unfold our purpose and find out who we are, to get back to the same, to the Godhead, or however you want to say, or to the ultimate universe. So that really just hit me, because we laying down a foundation to embody our divine authentic self, and in that hold on to our purpose and walk in that way, and leave behind things for other people to pick up and continue to grow with. That's living divinity. I just wanted to comment on that.
Well, I was going to say that is so powerful too, though, because then it kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning about not, really mastering yourself, where you're not falling into the lower, and then you're allowing your higher to just totally come through instead of being in battle with it.
Right. Next slide.
Yes.
Oh, I was just want to say,
Go ahead.
like,
Go ahead.
the aspect of gardening, because before you start any new project, any new job, I mean, you know how you do, you present yourself when you go to a new job, you're like this bright, shining person, but then you go home, you just feel like this ain't what you really want. So
Yes.
why not just do that, be intentional with everything. I know that in this world, we have to have these worldly jobs to survive, but at least try to find something that at least you like far as gardening is like, what it made me think about it is like starting new projects.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you do have to be a worker bee to get to the place that you want to be, find something that you would like to do while you're working towards your passion. And it made
I
me
feel
feel
like
like,
you're talking to me personally.
oh, but I'm telling myself, like, but I just feel like, yeah, it don't matter where you start. You start
right.
with dirt. You start with weeds. You making it. It's just like when your house dirty, you got to clean it up, but you gonna put it in piles until it's all gone. And that's how I feel. I just feel like I just need to whoever, just plan it, just like you said, put my little plows out and clean up my mess that I made. But and at the end of the day, like, that is a great method to think about, because it's relaxing. Like you be cleaning up and you like, dang, this made me feel better. Then you start turning on music and you be vibing. But then after a while, it's all done. And then also, like, about jobs, I don't know why it made me think about jobs. Because maybe I'm doing something I don't want to be doing. And, I enjoy helping people. And I know that it can get I can go do something else, but I have to plan it. So this is my foundation by having a job that I can like. So now I feel like I need to plant more seeds and nourish it. This is helping me, like, talking to people. I don't talk to nobody, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't.
You could have fooled me.
I swear I don't. I be in this little room for myself. And I just feel like, I got to talk to people, even if I feel like, sometimes I feel like I'm saying the wrong things or people judging me, but I don't care no more. I just want to try something new until I get to the place that I want to be, like gardening.
Okay.
I'm
Gardening your life.
Gardening in my life. And I know that right now I do see some little, I see something is blossoming and it feels kind of good. I don't feel as depressed no more. Like, I don't feel, I do suffer with depression on and off, but I'm healing and I feel good. And I don't care, some things people don't understand. They don't understand, like, oh, you're depressed. No, I'm not. Like, I love myself now. I don't want to, I just feel like I'm not where I want to be. And then the gardening made me feel like, yes, I can get there, but I have to put more time into whatever I'm doing.
That's it. That's it. Like what you just said right now. And that was really the motivation you know, that came through. It wasn't like I said, oh, I'm going to choose gardening. It kind of came to me as I began to write. So I feel like the Spirit was even dealing with myself, saying, stop trying to achieve all this stuff overnight, because some things are not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, dedication to do it. So, you know, I just want to say to you, I mean, I could say probably lots of people, but I can speak personally for myself that I've been on this journey for a long time, trying to accomplish so much, but not really putting enough time to grow anything outside of the ritual of survival. Like we're saying, going to these jobs and, you know, do a little art here, do a little something there, but not really becoming that dream person that I want to become. So I just want to say, you know, thank you for expressing that, because it really leads to this next slide that says, you know, planting your garden for achieving, activating and achieving your ultimate life. You know, you're the sower of the seeds in your garden of life, because, you know, the Most High has given all of us, you know, seeds of things that we're supposed to achieve. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of feel like we're the one that's cultivating and nurturing the ground. And so we just really have to take time with that. And I'll just say my whole point was that it really is difficult to plant seeds in soil, you know, for it to germinate, for it to sprout, you know, for it to take root, for it to, like, you know, burst forth. And then sometimes you'll get that germination and see the budding, but a lot of times you'll see that it don't really mature to be what it was supposed to be. And then you start over, or you throw that away and say, I ain't gonna be bothered with that no more. You know, I'm good. I'm through with that. So I just feel like if the environment isn't right for us to grow what it is that we're trying to grow in our life, whatever it is, just like if you were really planting flowers or fruits or whatever, you know, it's not going to come through. So anyways, does anyone have anything to say about that process of, you know, planting seeds and walking away and then not really achieving, you know, what the goal was?
No,
okay.
Keep pushing forward.
Huh?
Keep pushing forward. Just keep pushing forward.
Okay, and I was going to do the next slide.
Oh, it's not. Oh, I thought I was on it. I thought I was doing a good job. Yeah,
All
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I just feel like, you know, I talked to Miss Sheila earlier, and she just gave me a like inspiration, like, because I'm a Libra, like we don't like it's just our energy that we are indecisive. The point of astrology sometimes is to, you know, your sign, and you can learn from the signs strengths and weaknesses of the signs, so that you can control yourself when those urges emerge. So with Libra is indecisive, and I have to learn how to stick to one thing.
And you have to learn how to stick to what?
Stick to one thing, one solid thing, and keep going. Maybe multiple. I don't know about other people's signs, because I just know a little bit. But I just know for me, I feel like when I do so much, everything, and I've never accomplished a lot, but I have now in 2019, 18, 19, and 20. I've been actually accomplishing my goals, but I
love it.
As far as like, I know that I need to just stick to doing one thing and just see it through. But then even if it failed, like, okay, at least I saw this whole thing through. And that's all I probably gotta say.
You know, and I was gonna say, and you know what, but that is just really so true, because right, even if I feel like if you, me, whoever, you know, focuses on one thing and achieving that, you know, we would manifest at least that, and then it would probably inspire us to, you know, keep going on and on. But I'll just say this in short, that I feel like in order to really get something really growing, this is just my own revelation, I just feel like you really control yourself inside, and I do feel like forgiveness is one of the keys. And, you know, like, and the whole point of this was about writing this letter about forgiving yourself and forgiving others. And, you know, asking others for forgiveness, whether you're asking God to forgive you for something that you did that maybe nobody else knows about, or something you may have done to somebody that you weren't nice to that doesn't know you. And just really like clearing yourself so that way that you can let go and release, so that you can you know, begin to plant this beautiful new garden, which I feel like every day is a new opportunity to, or every moment, not every day, but just every moment is an opportunity to do that. And go ahead and hit the next slide.
I don't know, man. Maybe y'all not doing these slides right, because y'all talking. Wait a minute. Y'all didn't even. I don't know. What slide? I thought I could have sworn that we didn't do 4. Did we do this one?
Yeah.
Planting your garden. Okay. And now we're here.
All right, forgiveness is the key. I was saying, you know, forgive yourself, forgiving others.
Oh, okay.
Yourself.
So,
Okay.
hey, hey, y'all got it. Hey, she ain't paying me enough. Now this where we at?
We're right. Now I was gonna say,
focus, Ray.
Thank you. I'm trying to say, yeah.
and I'm trying to talk fast.
Yeah.
Because I can really go in on this because
y'all are going in. I'm like, I can't keep up. I'm like, what happened?
Okay, hey, come back to the green light.
Okay.
Come back to the green light. I'm just teasing you. But, you know, the whole thing is like, you know, when and how to prepare the soil to plant your seeds. And I feel like in order to plant, because you are that garden, essentially, you are that ground, that sacred ground that, you know, the seeds are inside. Even if you're giving birth to a baby, we're gardens. We produce. And so I feel like in order for you to really grow something beautiful or finish it, letting it grow to at least being what it's supposed to be, I do feel that we need to release a lot of things that were painful to us, things that other people did to us, whether they knew it or not, you know. And sometimes some of that hurt and pain, I feel like goes back to childhood. You know, it's not necessarily something recent or over, you know, like last month or yesterday. And so I feel like, you know, getting in the process of gathering all this debris and bringing it together and really releasing this. And so I just felt like by putting this letter together, you know, you could disclose how you feel on paper, you know, whatever you're led. Hey, I know a person that did this letter. They actually contacted people. So I was like, wow, like, you know, but you have to know that that's where you're at, whether they're ready for it or not, if that's something that a person would want to do. And I was just saying, and then and some things are way more painful than other things. So I want to say this. I don't want to say like, oh, well, yeah, this is an end all be all. You'll never feel that feeling again. Well, maybe you might not. And I think that sometimes we become so used to functioning and dysfunction that we need to maybe let it go, because it maybe really is over, but we're still carrying it. And a lot of times the people who have offended us, they have moved on and started a new life, and we still, you know, carrying that thing. And I really feel like it hinders us from growing personally, but that's just my own thought. So I just feel like we can use this letter as a tool if there's something that you're interested in doing, you know, to release and ask for forgiveness and move forward. And go ahead into the next slide. The next slide.
Oh, we didn't do this one?
Okay. Maybe I need to wake up now.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was gonna say, all right, so this one is about using the Ho'oponopono letter, which I know Ray posted, you know, a sample letter, you know, inside Messenger today. And, you know, the Ho'oponopono letter, you know, I'll say it's from the Hawaiian tradition, and, you know, it's used as a form of forgiveness and reconciliation. And also a release. And from the little research that I did outside of what I did in the course that I took, you know, there's all kind of Ho'oponopono letters and that are done, followed by different prayers and all of that. And so my point in using this as a template, I wanted to use something that was, I want to say, neutral, in a sense of, if you decide to do this as a beginning point to move forward, it was just a way to release and kind of move on from the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And the letter is not even so much about what somebody did to you, it's also what you've done to yourself. And, you know, I know I've made promises to God. I was going to stop doing this, that, and the other. And I found myself going back to the Lord, I did it again, you know, help me. You know, and just really getting rid of whatever insecurity, fears, guilt, you know, resentment, you know, anger, you know, and just kind of like getting it all out. Because I do feel like sometimes when you write something out, it's a different kind of release from you versus telling somebody else or even praying about it. Sometimes when you write it out, it really opens up something in you. I don't quite understand it because I don't, but I just know it does have a different effect. But anyway, so I just thought the Ho'oponopono was just something that could be used to begin that process. If you decide that you want to write a forgiveness letter, it doesn't have to be a Ho'oponopono letter. It could be you just saying, dear God, I'm writing to ask, forgiveness for myself for X, Y, and Z. And I also forgive A, B, and C for what they did to me, and then, kind of letting it go from there. And I just say, like, once you write your letter, I feel like it's something that should be read aloud, just because you can read it in yourself, but something about your voice and the declaration of that, I feel like something different comes through. You might want to share it with someone. Like I said, I know in the group that I was in, we all shared our letters. And, and then after you read it, just breathe. And I just, put in here like, hey, use raise 10 count breath exercise, and just breathe and just meditate and contemplate about what you expressed in your letter, because you'll find this too. If you decide to do something like this, you'll find that things that happened to you so long ago that you have forgotten about, and then you'll start being able to trace back the root of a lot of things that you might be dealing with. You'll say, oh yeah, that's right. That's when that first got started. Like, I'll just use this as an example. I have a longtime friend that I've known since I was 6 years old. She called me a couple of nights ago, and we were talking, and went back to our childhood, because we went to elementary, junior high, and high school together. And she told me some things. She made me remember some things, and I'm like, that's where that started. That was way back in the day. I realized, and it was healing for me. And I had thanked her. I said, I'm so glad we talked today. I said, you actually helped me. And I just saw another aspect of myself, and, that I've been still carrying some old baggage around, and, just in my perceptions about people and things. So I just wanted to say, if you do this, you can do whatever it is that you want. And like I said, we put in a template of a Ho'oponopono template, like, what the 4 basic steps are, to write that. But again, you can write your own.
It's in a 615 group chat.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff online that you can find. You can say, oh, that's for me, or you can just let your spirit guide you. You don't necessarily need a template. That was just more of just following through, because some people will say, I don't know what to write. And last but not least, I just wanted, Nicole is going to share with us a Ho'oponopono letter or forgiveness letter that she's written to herself that she felt comfortable sharing with us. So Nicole, are you ready?
Breathe, breathe.
Okay. I've got a lot of papers here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I just want to say, it's probably not. Okay, so my Ho'oponopono is to myself. It's like basically asking yourself to apologize. I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Ho'oponopono.
Yes.
I love it. It was so just to the point.
Okay. Hello, Nicole. My middle name is Santrice. Hello, Nicole Santrice Williams. How are you doing tonight? It was 3:33 when I started writing this beautiful note to you. First, I would like to apologize for not loving myself as I love others. I apologize to you, Nicole, for not loving myself wholly. I apologize for loving people with a bully mentality and feeding my victim mentality. I apologize for being a victim. I also ask that you forgive those people who didn't understand the way I express love, kindness, and care. I forgive them now, wherever they are. I release the holes of resentment for these people I loved so deeply in the past. I forgive myself for noticing the signs, feeling the signs, and staying in that situation. Thank you, Nicole Santrice Williams, for forgiving and thanking yourself for making, hold on. Thank you, Nicole Santrice Williams, and to the universe for forgiving and thanking yourself for making my victim mentality and ability to bully to the light. and my awareness of myself. I send love to those who cross me as I send love to myself, because they helped me see the things that I needed to be released. Thank you, universe, for loving me, even though I have a potential to bully and a victim, and a potential to have a victim mentality. Thank you. Hold on. Then I had my poem. It's a poem by just the poet some way. It's that whatever your state of consciousness is, your life will also have the same quality. Osho. Whatever your state of consciousness is, your life will also have the same quality. Whatever your state of consciousness is, your life will also have the same quality. Whatever your state of consciousness is, your life will also have the same quality. And I said it 4 times so you can hear it east, west, north, south, so you can remember it.
That's shade. That's beautiful.
I want to say
beautiful.
To that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, cause I never did a Ho'oponopono letter, and I want to do one, and I'm going to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna read it to y'all because it's my business. But I really appreciate you, Nicole, for setting it up. Now I know how I can form mine. And I really just got deep into it. I said, well, if I'm gonna do this, I might as well go all the way out with it. And I appreciate you sharing your letter.
I don't mind sharing because, we all experience pain in some kind of form. We don't experience each other's pain because I don't know you. So people need to realize that I don't know you. I don't know your pain, but I know my pain stems from overall love. So I don't care. I'll share. So if it's helping you to be successful or to get over a pain or love loss or somebody that passed away, gotta go on. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
The mic's on you.
Yes.
You crying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to make you cry. I don't want to make you cry. You gonna make me cry. You know I'm gonna cry, baby, too.
You like to cry. You like to cry. Let it out.
It's okay.
Good. That's water for the garden.
Let's go. Yeah, I'll be right up.
It's okay.
Yes, it is.
It's okay to love people and they let you down. It's okay. You just gotta forgive them, even though.
Yes.
You gotta forgive them, because if you hold unforgiveness in your heart, it creates diseases like cancer and
heart disease.
Anything like heart problems. The healthiest people have no attachment. Okay.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry.
You not release that out.
Put in the air.
First of all, I want to express my gratitude to Delisha for doing this and to Nicole for sharing. I'm struggling, but I'm good in the sense that I'm on this path and I know what I need to do now. I have been preparing my soil. I haven't moved past that for 4 years. what's stuck in my head is I met me at the door. I'm at the door, and I answered the door for myself, and I met me, and I fell in love.
We're getting a cell phone call.
And I've learned how to love myself. And I've been doing that for 4 years now. But I'm stuck there. I can't get past that because I haven't forgiven. And it's like at the door, you know, that's preparing my soul. I'm getting to know me, love me, all this stuff, right? And now the next step is I need to go inside. I need to invite myself inside so that I can know what's going on. How am I living for real? With my life. And then I can mend us together, and then we can step outside. And we can change the world. It's about to happen.
Yes.
I just appreciate y'all. I'm gonna be a whole brand new person because of this.
Oh dang! I didn't know I could look. It's Alicia did this. Me and her was talking on the phone one day, and I told her I wrote a letter to myself, and she just so happened to say what it was called. I didn't even know what it was called, honey. I just found it. I found it about 3 months ago, and I just was like I always try to heal you see, I had no tears for it because I feel released, but you are releasing and it feels so good. Tomorrow you're gonna feel so good. You're gonna wake up and cook yourself a good old breakfast. I know that.
Right.
Like a whole new right now it's crying because it's something that's sticking to your soul. But tomorrow, that's when you're gonna know.
Alicia, so your suggestion is to write this Ho'oponopono letter tonight, and then the next time around we do a petition.
Okay, my thought was, if whoever is interested in writing a forgiveness letter, you know, if you feel that's something you want to do, to write it, you know, if it's not tonight, but like I'll say, you know, get started working on it. You don't have to finish it overnight or in one sitting, because different things may come to you at the time. And just go on and get it all out, because like I was saying, when you start writing the stuff down, you know, you'll start saying, well, oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. You know, and Mika, I just wanted to say this to you. You know, I'm just identifying with you. I have so many things that I started planning. I had all these great things, and I just couldn't get past a certain point where it just didn't happen. And so I'm ailing inside too, because I know I want to keep going too. So you're not alone. It's like we're really together with this. I'm in this boat too. So I'm not talking to this like, hey, everybody, you know, start planting some seeds. I'm like, no, I want to get healed. I want to move on into the aspect of my life. So I just want to just say, hey, I've been crying for years. I know this is not just it. That makes sense. Yes. Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate you, Nicole, for being willing to share. You know, like I said, before even getting involved with writing a petition letter, I was like, before you start trying to manifest all these greater aspects of yourself, hold on a second. Clear all that junk out, you know, whatever it takes to start moving forward. Otherwise, you're sending the universe mixed messages. You know, one day you got this going on, and then you're trying to do that, and then you're just trying to get through the day. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And if it hadn't been for this, I guess, pandemic of slowing down, shutting down, I don't think I would have had enough time to even come to this realization in depth. To even, and this would led to us even having these discussions, really just to talk about life. I mean, this is a real thing here. This is not for like, oh, let me entertain you. Let's plan something. No, let's haul this shit out. Look at who we are. All of us on the phone here. We're great people. I don't even know everybody like personally, but your essence shows that. And the fact that you even spent your time coming to dwell with us in this conversation. So I'm not saying you need to write the letter, but I'm saying if you're dealing with some things inside, maybe that's why it's not really growing. And a lot of things need to be cut down and cut off and just start over on the blank canvas. So that's all I have to say, about that. And, so I want to say next week, I'm going to share my new letter because I see you. I'm going to share my new letter, updated, because when I wrote the letter the first time in a women's circle group that I was a part of, it was very helpful. But now I'm like, now I could really go a little bit deeper, and then really realizing you can, I'm going to say, how you do stuff by rote just because somebody asked you to do it, but I want to do it with more meaning that I'm going to focus on letting go at this point. That's where I'm at, and really moving forward and letting the past be the past. And then I'll say this in closing on this thought. It doesn't mean that certain feelings about people, when you see them again, she ain't changed, she ain't changed. You're still gonna come into contact possibly with some of these situations. And so once it shows up again, you're gonna respond to it differently. It's not gonna be like it was before. You're gonna come from a place of healing and strength, I feel. Just us talking about it openly. And then Nicole, I just want to tell you your letter, when you was talking about like for how you mistreated yourself, and you love how you loved other people that didn't necessarily love you back, and you saw that the signs came but you kept going. I've done the same thing. Everything that you read, honestly, the same thing. And I can't imagine that this isn't common to all of us. So I'm just making a suggestion. There's no assignment, but I will share my letter next week. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about your ideas of if you have or that about to write a petition letter, making your petition and your plan for your life and the things you want to achieve, and then really start working through that and having these conversations like, hey, my goal was to get my jewelry studio organized. I'm finished with that now. Now I can really produce. Oh, hey, I finally started writing again, and I got all my writings together, and now I'm going to start working on typing them so that I can get them printed. Really being productive and not just emotionally speaking, and then it just goes out the window. Oh, that felt good. But it's almost like getting high. They don't remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that conversation. And it's a year now. When I look at some of my pictures on Facebook, and I'll say this, I'm gonna be quiet, I trip out. I'm like, I was there last year, but I didn't continue. That's why the new birth hasn't happened yet. So I'm gonna leave it right there. And Ray, I hand you the floor to please say what you need to say. Or if anybody has anything to say about your experience, your thoughts about this, I would greatly appreciate it.
I got one more thing. You can write as many as you want to, because just as many as you want to until you feel free. Because it don't matter what you write about. It just gotta be, just forgive yourself. Like say, apologize to, whatever it is, to God. If you say, some people, let me tell you, some people have a vulgar way that they talk to God. If one day you just want to say, hey, I'm sorry for talking to you like that, do it.
Keeping it real.
Hey, I want to say this. If you're dirty, how do you clean yourself?
Take a bath.
Okay.
With some oregano, because that burnt you up.
Okay. If you're hungry, what do?
Feed myself.
Eat. Okay. If you want to forgive yourself, how would you do that?
Ask for forgiveness.
You ask for forgiveness. But why I said it like that is that I can understand that a lot of people they go through some stuff and they don't forgive themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't forgive themselves. I'm saying this, I'm speaking for me, and I know I done work on myself for the past 10 years. I've been working on myself, and I cleared out a lot of my madness through my meditations and things, and through my Reiki initiation. I have cleared off a lot of karma, but then it came to my mind that that was great, but have you did it like this? There's many ways.
Right.
And this Ho'oponopono letter is one way. And why I'm saying that is because I think in January during the Conscious Life Expo, we're a guy a subscriber, and there was a lady on there who was talking about the Ho'oponopono letter, and I didn't know what it was, and it bewildered me that Delisha knew what it was. Oh yeah, I said, what would you do with it? So she said, and I like, I can dig that, and we kept on living our lives, going back to work. And around a week later, we said to ourselves, laying in the bed, we said, damn, baby, it seemed like our vacation was like a day, and we back at work again. And we talked about, I said, Delisha. I said, Delisha, you think, wouldn't it be nice if we just stayed at home and just did some work on ourselves, go some places, and make sure everything is still taken care of here, but we can focus on what we really want to do? That'd be so great, huh? And I promise you, about 3 days later, this COVID-19 virus came up. And being that we both work in service to the community, they sent us home, paid. And it was like, shit. I didn't really realize that we got what we asked for. We got the time to spend to ourselves, to talk to different people, and to start a conscious collective of high vibration thought process. And that's just what we're doing. We're talking about getting over this hump and getting around the bend. And so it was, I'm trying to, it's kind of hard for me to find my word right now because I guess I'm just in tune that way. But it's great. And it just came to me that I need to do this. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write me a good one. And I think it's gonna really help unblock the blockages I had for writing my book. I started 2 books. I got a book on my autobiography that I had started, and that was going in detail about all my life things and some of the techniques and things that happened that got me through. And then I was going to write another book about just spiritual techniques, spiritual awareness techniques. And I started on both of them, and I got a good part of it, but I stopped. And it's really, I really feel that when I sit down and write this Ho'oponopono letter out and just let it all out and cut it up and burn it up and do what I got to do with it, I really feel that I'm gonna push forth to a whole nother level. And that's why I feel so adamant about this and writing this petition, because I want to put it in paper. If you was in here now, this is my part of the office. Delisha got her part of the office over there. We bungalow mates. You will see it's nothing but paper and stuff of my thoughts, things that I've written down, things that I heard that makes sense, that I'm trying to put this puzzle together with. And I really feel that the time is coming that the veil is really lifted, and I guess I'm just getting used to maneuvering in the atmosphere. We all are.
Yeah.
We all getting used to our new bodysuit or the new energy that's in us.
Yeah.
Because it make us stand up erect and make us think a little bit more perceptive, a little bit more positive, and make us look at someone down the street in their eyes and you see yourself in them. We're graduating. There's a good possibility that we may be stars in the next go around.
Hey,
I know it probably didn't make no sense right there, but think about that. In our next go round, it's a possibility that we could be a star. That's a solar body.
And that's the whole.
Yes.
I think y'all get it, but that's a whole nother consciousness.
But that's the point.
That's the whole point. It's like the sun. The sun is feeding us this light and keeping this solar system active with the planets right around it. So that's a conscious body. So we're on a planet spin around the sun, and this planet is conscious. So we may be a sun next life, or could be a planet. You know, who knows? I just know that this has to be my last route because it got to be my last route here. I know I'm an old soul because I know I have an old soul because my dreams, the things that I see in my mind, that it's stuff that they talk on pictures, they talk about on aliens and stuff. Some of these images and some of the kind of images I have in my mind when I was young, especially when I was younger, see all this stuff. And so now, as an adult, I pursue the alternative way of life, the quantum physics application of maneuvering through this reality. Because there's only two ways that you can look at this reality. You can look at this reality as everything is matter, solid, or you can look at it, everything is waves, which is moving up and down. So then, therefore, if everything moving up and down, you can affect it. But if it's already solid, it already been created. It's already tangible. So everything, even in this room, this looks solid stuff. If I can tune my mind up to a certain degree, my consciousness should be able to affect this metal and bend it, spoon bending. This is a spoon I bent.
Looks like you bent it.
I did. I bent it with my mind, telekinesis.
You did that. The Matrix. You were up in the Matrix, my G.
No. Okay. Let me talk about this right quick. Now, one day I show a light for Jenny to be in this circle. But Jenny, she's one of my old teachers when I first came in 2012, and I came into to this new paradigm. She was one of my first teachers, and she had somebody trying to get in. She had a class about spoon bendings and how to do it. And basically, you can do it yourself. Just let me see. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna send it to him.
Okay, thank you, man.
Yeah, keep going.
Just what you do, get a spoon inside your hand, a good spoon. You know, get the spoon inside your hands and put your hands in it like this, and just relax and breathe and become one with the spoon. It's kind of like a matrixy thing, and focus on kind of moving that spoon, and put a little pressure to moving it, and it will move. And you'll find that you put real little pressure to moving this spoon, and it's bending up in weird ways.
Like muscle testing.
Yeah, like that's how I did that. And if you look at that, it tripped me out, really, that I did it. I did it. That I don't know how, man, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you really look at that spoon is bent like it needed a machine to bend it. But I did it with my fingers, just focusing and being with the spoon, and the spoon kind of loosened up, and it bent, and I bent that sucker like that again. That's the funny part. It's not that it's one, it's two. It's whoop, all the way complete. And when I did that, that's way back in 2000. That's when I knew in my heart, mind, and spirit that we are much more than what we think we are. Where we are, we are. And I can't say that no more, that we are. And you just got to push yourself to these limits. And you achieve things. You achieve things. And that's all I got to say about that. And I am going to do this Ho'oponopono letter. And I really do appreciate you, Nicole, for reading it, for giving me the mindset, how I can craft minds. And I thank all of y'all for y'all energy, for being here to contribute to this potluck of love and abundance.
Yeah.
So that we all can draw from. And it's eternal, because it's rooted with compassion, love, and everything. I'm off. Anybody else have to share something?
I do. It's funny you talking about the spoon bending thing, because Nicole and I were talking about a Superman and where they got the originality of Superman from. It come from us way back in the days of Kemet and Miat.
The sun.
Yes, we're sun children. Yeah, we're sun children and star
Right.
children. Yeah. Some of us are sun children, some of us are star children. So yeah, we're very powerful.
Right.
Yeah.
Indeed we are. Indeed we are.
I'm gonna try that spoon bending thing though. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, I'll get you a good spoon and relax and put the thing of it is put pressure to it and be one with the spoon and just I know I can something gonna click. That's it. And you keep doing it. It ain't gonna just say this is it. You're gonna be thinking, trying to figure something out, and then it go boom. That's it. And it's gonna be a quick. It's kind of quick. And you do amazing things. You do amazing things.
Mine is a terrible thing to waste.
That's so true.
Would y'all like anything else? Because in the end, before we go, I like for us to do a meditation though. But before that, we can. Any more discussions? Anything else we want to talk about? Anything?
No.
No. Wait a minute. I think I got a notebook with all kind of things in it. And let me see. Before we get, I want to just have. I'm gonna read something to get up a mindset of something. I just gotta figure out what I want to read, what I want to share with you. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now I read this one before, but I want to read it again. Enlightenment is of the moment, and it only can be accomplished by the self, for the self. Those of like minds which seek together shall surely find. Dreams are activity of communication through the veil of the unconscious mind and the conscious mind. So dreams are connecting two superconscious minds together, your subconscious and your conscious mind. It connects. And I want to say this. How many thoughts a day do you have? Then I want to say, how many thoughts a day do you have that creation and love is in it? How many times do you think about creation or love? Just not about a situation, just think about creation or love.
That's all I think about.
We need to be around you all the time.
Or I try.
And I just like, and I want to say this again. I want to talk about the 2 Ds. Density, density, and dimensions. Density and dimensions.
Okay.
A lot of people, I don't want you to get them mixed up. Density is, okay, for instance, our density in this realm is 3.0, just to say. You know, our density in this realm is 3.0, and we have access to all the density and all the wisdom of that density. We can work with this in this density, but density doesn't mean that you're going to always be in a certain density. How you change your density is by changing your vibration. So when you changing your vibration, you change the density that you exist in. So therefore, you can be existing in a 3D, in a third dimensional reality, but be bringing in divine 5th dimension cosmic energy.
Right.
So therefore, you're walking as a divine self on this earth, and you're in a physical form. And the things that will hurt you in this physical form does not. It's kind of funny. Why is because it no longer it bounces off you now. Your vibration is so that's how some divine beings can be on this planet at the same time with us, and they are here with us, it's keeping us going. That they resonate so high that the negative stuff just bounce off of them. Just bounce off of them because their density is different from your density. You know, now my power is power. Your power is power. We got power. Now, if your power is from another density, a higher density, you go low and high. Low density, you're vibrating even lower. You're going more to the carnal state. But when you vibrate high, your frequency is such an erratic state that you phase out of existence. You know, out of the dimension and density. See, I just wanted to say that because just be aware of divine, benevolent beings with you in it, but they're in another density. They see you, they can interact with you, but when you bring your vibration up to a certain period, then you can interact with them on that same level. And that's just experience. That's working with your frequencies and your emotions, and you can do that with sound. You play with it. Nicole, you want that question?
I have a question. So, like you said that you can your vibration. I wrote it down that when your density changes, your vibration changes. It gets higher. It gets higher.
Either
okay,
or
so,
lower. Or lower.
Low.
See now, what I was trying to explain is that we're here in a third dimension reality, right? But there are other realities, there are other dimensions. There are fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension. Now these dimensions exist for these densities. It's not that I wouldn't say that densities is first and dimensions is second. They work with each other. The density is of that life form or that conscious sentient being in that dimension. But what I was saying is that I just wanted us to be aware that we're in the third dimensional reality, but there are other beings here on another density level that can come down here only if we keep us. They only come down so far.
That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. Like I remember everybody got their club days, right? Everybody used to go to the club and they used to party. Party. Yeah. But for me, even being in a with spirits inside you, you find like the people of light, we still see those people. We see the low vibration people, and you see how clone like they are. Like
that's it.
Even when you are, you still have spirits in you, and you still see those clone like people who are charged by nothing, and they don't feel nothing, and they go as hard, and you like, what do they? And then
you don't
even if you ride with them, if you know them, nothing changes. Like even if like they are still that same person, low person, they don't, and everything comes to them very easily due to their low vibration. And then because people of low vibrations, that's why I say a lot of unhealthy people be rich, and like far I want to say unhealthy, like mentally unhealthy, because they don't have, you could, just because you have money don't mean that your mindset and you are a person of the light. I just call people of the light. I don't know that's what I call people. It's either you are a spiritual being and you're a muggle like Harry Potter. And like I feel like I meet those people and they just make me so, I I gotta get away. I gotta get away. But in the end of the day, I'm happy that I can acknowledge them. You know, I'm not judgmental, so I know people be on different ways, and I can see that different people are here for different reasons. And so I appreciate you saying that about the different density levels, because it's just some places in my life I realized that it is those people, those clone-like people who just are here to create space and to help get more of them. But it's okay though, because it's a lot of light beings that it takes us a long time to get here. And sometimes people just automatically come and be clicked up with something. And you be like, well, how the hell they get over there? And I'm over here just reaching my conscious level because they on another level.
But I like
even if it's lower or higher.
I want to share this with you. Don't trip on that, because right now, in this new era, the people of the light is finna shine bright.
Yes.
So in other words, we're finna be the beacon, and we are the beacon. As you know and love that about yourself, and
I know that.
Yeah, and keep pushing. We are beacons. We are beacons, and every right. We're all beacons.
That's right.
Now I want to go into this trance. Some people they call it a transcendental meditation, but you can call it transcendental meditation. But it's just I like to just consider it. We're chanting and we're feeling what come up from that chant and just letting it come up. And they all dealing with our energy centers in our body, because each one of these sounds is going to resonate a certain sound in your body. In your body. And I think last week, I know we chanted, maybe we did chant this one, I-Y-A-I. Yeah, let's do that one again, because I feel good when I do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna do this in a unique way. I'm gonna lead it. I think I kind of do this all the time, so I'm gonna try to hold it out, and I want you guys to follow me. Try to breathe in as slow as possible and deep as possible, and try to say these sound them out as long as you can, and let it work with your internal organs, your diaphragms, whatever. Now, in this way, you can sit up straight or you can lay down. Either way, if you're gonna lay down, lay straight down on your back. Don't have your head with the phone like that or whatever. Just kind of lay straight down flat. Put the phone beside your head so you can hear. And I'm going to mute everyone. So it won't be no feedback. I'm gonna put on some cool sounding music and just sit back and relax. And if you're by yourself, go ahead and say these words out loud. Say them out loud. But if you're in a house with somebody, say it a little bit lower, but be more intense with it. You know what I mean by being more intense with it? Be more focus driven about it. You're gonna let this out. So here it is. Here when I say it's like this. When in doubt, we're gonna breathe out. And the breathing in is this duration. Okay. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it. And then you're gonna say that vowel out. Just try to breathe in and count to 7. You're gonna breathe in slowly, but count a little slow, not 1, 2, 3, 4. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're gonna be breathing that slow, and you're gonna be breathing way down in your diaphragm. And then when you say your chant, you're going to be focusing on your all down here. You're going to push it all out. You're going to push all that out. Just focus on that. So you're going to be focusing on your diaphragm and keeping it tight. And when you inhale, when you breathe, inhale, make sure that your stomach expands. When you're breathing in slowly. And then when you're going to hold it for a couple of seconds, and you're going to let it out. And it's going to just keep resonating, just keep going. If you may find more strength to keep saying I. Let it keep going. You know, let it keep going. Okay. So now we're going to a little bit of background music. And where did the background music go? Oh, there you go, right there. Let me see if I can place it. Okay, I'm gonna start at the beginning. Start at the beginning. And that's it. Now, would you hear me? The sound that I chant, I want you to chant it as well. Y'all hear that? I actually try, relax, try slow, calm down, your hands in a good position, however you want, just be comfortable. In and out, breathe out. Inhale slowly. Love, light, power. You're inhaling divine cosmic energy. Hold it. Chant. Stretch it all out. Push it all out. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it. Inhale slowly. Let it grow. Inhale slowly. Hey. Hold it. Exit. Inhale. Hold it. Hold it. A good point. Breathe normal now. Breathe normal. And I want to make note of point. Just keep breathing normal. The music. Here's a note. I want you to remember to hold your breath on the exhale and the inhale. Because those are very important parts. Because when you hold your breath at those points, that's around zero. That's 0 point energy. That's the state where creation starts. So charge yourself when you hold. Okay? Put it down, breathe out. Inhale deeply. Hold it. Focus on your heart. Open it up. Hold it. exhale, exhale, every cell in your body turns into life. All the cells in your body smiling at you. Observe your heart smiling at you. Inhale slowly and deep. As you inhale, feel yourself charging up. Light coming into your body. Coming from the top of your head down to your heart. From the bottom of your feet to your heart. Exhale. Okay, we all. I'm trying to unmute everybody. How is that?
All right. I'm back to earth.
They come back to earth.
If it's back to earth, yeah.
Almost went to sleep.
You'll see.
I said almost.
I just want to share. I kind of. I'm trying to, on the slide, drill into your understanding vibrations and tones, so you can be aware of these vibrations and tones inside your body, and feel when you say certain things, how your body react to it and how it release stuff. You know, because we are self-regulating beings. And what I mean by that, we can regulate how much energy we bring into our body and how much we put out, and how we want to protect our field. All these is building your light body. These techniques, these tones that I'm setting you up with, if you do those throughout the week and stuff, you're really get sensitive to sound, light, people, other feelings and things. You understand that you're much more than what you thought you were.
Yes.
I want to open the floor for anybody to comment before we go. Anyone?
I'm ready to go.
I don't know what happened. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. But thank you so much, Mr. Ray. I'm going to use those. What's the name of that one? Those are soothing.
What's the name of it? It's just
it's on YouTube.
No, something I do. These are I'm sharing stuff that I do with you guys.
Oh my goodness, that was good. I almost went to sleep. I felt very peaceful.
Yeah.
How does it make your solar plex feel? Do you feel energy in your solar plex? Do you feel like a tightening up?
I feel like I want to go to sleep now, but I don't I still got some work to do. So it's probably gonna see Mr. Ray when I get to doing my little assignments, daily assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you still gotta work on yourself while we in this quarantine. I don't have to go to work today, so I'll let Delisha know, and I'm gonna get back to you.
Okay. Anybody else want to share some comment?
Yes. I feel so completely relaxed. I feel like her. I felt sleepy, kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like towards the end, I'm like, oh my God, I started yawning. I'm like, uh-oh.
You have to
But
wait next
anyway,
up.
I felt this opening up in my chest when you did like the, oh, so you could laugh. I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my God, that felt good. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be on YouTube trying to find something similar to that.
No, just hey, look, Sheila, get you a pencil and paper and
Okay.
write these down.
Okay, hold on.
Everybody, anybody, if y'all, they're just sounds, but it's the way that I play with them so much, and it's the way that I to go up the ladder. I just figured out to go up the ladder, and I is at the top.
Uh-huh.
Y is for the back of your head. E is for your first eye. A, your vocal cords. I, A. If
You're going too fast. Oh my
Right?
goodness.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
remember, we're sleeping now.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Right. Slow it down.
I is for the top of your head.
Okay.
Your crown chakra.
Oh, the crown
God
chakra.
self.
Crown chakra. Okay.
Right. I.
Chakra. Okay.
Y is for the back of your head.
Back of the head. Okay.
E is for your first eye.
Okay. So pineal.
A, huh?
The pineal gland.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A is for your throat. A. See, you resonated.
Okay.
Now for your heart, it's my mistake because it's not my mistake. Is that I missed out. I want to. It's when you get to your heart, there's a posture, it's a gesture that goes with that. And let me see. Can y'all see me?
See the ceiling.
Okay, yeah, you see this is
Okay.
you're working with your chest. So when you're doing that, just remember, you're
Open it up.
opening up your heart.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And your voice gonna crack. Let it crack and move in it. Get all that out because you're putting energy in there. You're directly sending energy right to these spots.
Okay.
With the sound.
Sounds great.
So the heart sound is, write this down. AHY.
Okay.
You know how that you can make that sound. Those sounds is for the heart. But it's very good when you sitting up straight and you do this body gesture. When you open up your heart. And say that. And focus on your heart. Boom, that's like open up. Boom. That's why you felt that. Because the gesture opened up your heart and you said, you're going right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one is O. O is for your everything in his solar plex.
Mm-hmm.
And O brings them all together. O and you. O is like your navel. O and you is your base chakra, your legs. It goes low. You. And when you write these down, I suggest you play with them. And what I mean by play with them is play with the sound. Literally, it's you come into this with a child of mind, a child of heart. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. If you come, just hey, this is how. Don't worry about how it's gonna get done. Just I'm gonna do it. It gets done. It gets done. Because your mental, your expectation kind of like, stop it. When is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? Just I'm gonna do it. And walk in it. And then it manifests up. So in order is I, Y, E, A, O, U. And play with them. Play with them the best way you can.
Do it for what?
Huh?
U is for what?
U is for your base chakra, your feet,
Root.
your legs, your bottom, because it's
Mhm.
low.
Oh.
You. It make you tighten up your groin section, your butt, and and your groin section. Huh? Go ahead.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I told Delisha one day, I don't believe I told you, but I be making, when I wake up, it's like making sounds with my throat sometimes. Like,
When you be
and
doing
then
what?
I found, I can't do it on shot right now, but I be making like throat, and then I Googled it. I'm gonna make it.
When did you do it? Nicole, come on back
Like
here.
that be doing. Then I Googled it, and then it was like throat singing, and I was like, "Dang, that's really something. It's really something." Like when I be real sleepy, then I just make it from random sound, and then I Googled it, and it say throat singers.
Okay, do y'all? I would be familiar with intuitive knowledge. What did that sound like to you, Nicole? If I say intuitive knowledge or intuitive wisdom, how you feel about that?
Yeah, something that I knew that I didn't, something that was DNA charged into my system that I didn't even know what I do to heal myself.
Right.
When I don't know I needed healing.
There it is there.
I do it randomly.
Your body will tell you what to do. If you're on this path for healing and enlightenment, your body, your mind, the universe works it out for you to happen to do it. Because I learned that a lot of stuff that I've been teaching since I opened up Raymond Hale Lewis Industries, I started seeing that a lot of these high-powered teachers are teaching these same things and they were charging people for it.
Yes,
and
a lot of money.
Really, people will pay me to sit down and listen to them and talk about these things. But I guess reason why they're not paying me for it, they say, well, he's a black dude, he's an ex-felon, he's an ex-addict. So it's a good possibility they holding that against me, but I'm giving it to you raw, and it's real. And pretty soon.
That's not your case. I can't receive that. I have to hit cut. Like, let's cut, because that is
your lower self right now.
Oh,
okay. All right. Thank you.
I love you as a good teacher, Mr. Ray. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you. Now I was gonna say cut.
I be like, I had to go look at. Look, I be like, dang, the meditations.
I'm getting ready to come to
Wait, don't come outside, baby. Hold on. Don't be.
Don't make me reach to the screen and shake you.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-oh. I did something crazy.
What happened?
Wow. I hit the thing like I was hitting you, and the screen did something completely different.
The screen attack back.
The screen attack back.
Hold on. Let me go.
Well,
that is not it at all. Okay. And I want to say at this point, you're really just coming forth fully and not in little pocket parts. That's all it is. That ain't it. That's not even it.
Everybody has people need you, Mr. Ray, because you got to understand people like us, black people, black, red, brown, purple, blue. Some people don't understand the bottom, and so when you have somebody with profound knowledge from the bottom, well, the spectrum of placement that life puts on you, but not spiritually, but just life puts on people. Before there was incarceration, people were dual. So that's just something that a white person puts on you so that you can feel like you're incapable. Like, what's the difference between, oh, you insulted me, let me go outside and let's duel. If I cut your neck off, okay, whatever. You dead, I'm gonna go on about my business. What's the difference? They still have the same knowledge as a person. He's a killer too. So therefore, the only judge is God. So the teachers that we have from experience are become shamans, because you you have to realize that people who don't know anything and can't relate to people are not teachers. They are students. And then you can, from a student perspective, you can only learn so much. And then you're like, yeah, that's why some people come and leave so willy-nilly. Like you go into a congregation thinking that, even churches back then, I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Then it get to a certain point, then it cut off because it's a disconnect, because it's like you feel like that's the only way. So they didn't hit the point that you wanted to make, so you go somewhere else. But you don't have to do that, Mr. Ray, because you got all this right here. Somebody gonna keep following. You're gonna create your own tribe, and those who they want to be in a safe place, a safe environment where they can express themselves and not be wrong and judged. Rather you, if you're a killer, stealer, drug dealer, whatever.
You're not doing that now.
A regular person.
That's right.
It's not in your
art
art
what happened
now.
to your lower self. It's not about
Your lower self is experience. Your lower self is experience, because it keeps you. You know what to do. Well, why would you do it again? Unless you just can't get right.
That's right. The tribe has spoken.
The tribe has spoken, and it's noted. Well, look, see the bill?
Yeah, okay, no, right, no, we ain't gonna write that down. That's gonna be etched in, because and I'll just say this in a nutshell, because I do feel compelled to say that these are the little nudges and things that come up that, again, that kind of like these seeds of things that we know that we're supposed to be doing, and like people's thoughts and other things start getting in the way of accepting and keep on moving forward and not letting that block the greatness to come forth. And that's really ultimately, I just want to say this before we go, ultimately, that's all this talk was about the seeds, really. Just really about, hey, getting it out. And then there's all, because even that's a place that needs to be healed. Honestly, it really is. As far as thinking of how somebody else perceives you, you are who you've been waiting for. And see, now I'm hearing what you told me from the time that we met. And you're who you've been waiting for. And so we need to just show up for ourselves. Ultimately, if don't nobody else say, oh, well, I'm working on my garden too, or I'm working on this too, do you support me? No, do you support yourself? And I'm gonna close with what Brother Nomad, and I was sharing with Nicole earlier on the phone, and you know this very well. One of the things that he left behind for us before he transitioned, he told me and you personally in the car, he said, have no attachments to people, places, or things, no attachments, no expectations. Oh, well, I thought if I was good to this person, they're going to be good to me, or they saw me that way. That's having an expectation. You're expecting them to do something. And then when they don't do it, it hurts. It causes pain. And he said, no judgment. The shit that people do that's fucked up, and you be like, wow, why did they do that? Those scars, no more of that. We're just going to keep moving forward in our higher, like she was saying, and coming out of that lower aspect of, And so we can have the experiences you talked about with the different densities of beings that can actually make contact with you, but you have to really be in a place to be able to receive that. Right. So, I just wanted to say, and then I want to just add about your meditation. You really put me down today. Like, before, I was so relaxed. I was like, I left. That's why I said back to earth. Like, when suddenly when I heard the voice, I'm like, oh shit, I got to show back up for class. I
did too.
Exactly. I was over here about to nod, and I was like, oh.
No, but that was deep. That was like a deep, we went somewhere. We went somewhere, and then, we went into this ultra relaxed state of beingness. To end, on this note, and really begin this process of let's move it forward. I'm ready for rock and roll. Honestly, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm ready for rock and roll and Jimmy Jones.
Yeah, brother, you took me into the lilies of the field.
I'm ready for rock and roll and Jimmy Jones.
Yeah.
Jamaica, when she said this reminded me of Houston. When she said rock, and she had that bag, and she said Jimmy Jam.
Jimmy John. What's that?
Jimmy John. You know what I thought of? She said she's ready to jam and Jimmy Chan. Remember in Houston, baby, I took you there. Remember Jimmy Chan? They had the chicken wings.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah, I thought she had the bag. I thought she had
I wish.
Jimmy Chan's. You better come in a bag like that. That chicken and
That
rice.
sounds so good. Let me tell
It's
you
a little
something.
veggie
Right.
That sounds so
sandwich
good right now too.
and some chips. And that's my dinner. A
That
little
sounds
veggie
good.
sandwich and some chips. And I've been trying not to eat them because I be trying to be respectful. But I don't want to.
Pretty
As
enough,
long as
girl.
it's no
Didi,
food, you
I
gotta
see your
do it.
head over there. Didi, I see your head over there popping in and out, looking in and out.
I'm listening.
Well, you got a comment?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay.
I play with my hair a lot, so I end up going off screen because it's a habit. But I'm listening.
Girly.
No,
And the
it's
meditation
okay.
was good, and I was almost knocked out myself.
See, you almost put her down too.
Yep.
I
Did
left.
you do a twist out? You did a twist out?
No, this is just my hair.
It's really girly.
Pretty.
It's cute.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Yes, y'all. I don't have to go to work tonight. Thank y'all so much.
No, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Thank you, Delisha.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for believing in me, because I really don't be doing this, y'all. I promise. I don't be talking to people. I'm gonna say this one more time. I really don't.
I
You
know
keep talking
I
about
know
I'm
for a
gonna
little
talk to
bit
you to
now.
death. Now I got your number, so
You
you might
did
well get
good.
ready.
Listen, Sheila, get in that butt. Get in that butt.
She could be like, I wish I had gave this one my number. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Y'all gonna get on me so I can get to my greatness. Dang.
Yes.
You were there.
You're already there,
You're
sister.
already there.
Right.
Now you just gotta
Thank you.
embody it and be.
You just gonna keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yep.
Boo boo.
Yes.
Would you like to close out with something? What's for next week?
Next week, I just want us to talk about, what is about petitioning a plan for going forward. Like, what are your thoughts about actually in your life experience? Because I've had some experiences. What are some of yours in terms of really getting, being specific about where you're trying to go? You don't have to be open and express all your plans or anything, but just kind of where you're at and what are some of the key things that you do want to accomplish, just for the support and for the, unity of accelerating that process.
Okay, so that's gonna be for next week. So next week,
This is-
you'll have us to, huh?
It's an open discussion about what is the plan going forward.
Oh, so it's not. We're not gonna have like a little PowerPoint showing us how we can write a petition.
Yeah, just right. I'll highlight some points on that, but then just the whole point of just talking about openly some of the things that, one wants to accomplish. And then from that conversation, hopefully it'll kind of catapult things moving forward for all of us.
Maybe she don't want to hear me, I guess. Because I'm putting her up to doing something.
No, I'm gonna highlight some points, but I really want it to be a discussion on things that you think would be a good way for all of us collectively. Like for instance, Didi, you have had a business. I don't know everything because I know we're just getting to know each other. You've done some things that you fully manifested. So you have to have gone through some process. It didn't just like show up. If you that magical shit, I'm gonna take a special class with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm being facetious. I'm saying she can talk about her experience. Sheila, I know that you've done a lot of marketing stuff.
Still doing it.
Huh?
I'm still doing it.
Okay, right. And then, even though you might be working on a certain product, but there's still something that you can talk about, like, and then in the marketing process, based on what you're trying to do, Delisha or Nicole or Ray, I suggest that, maybe you need to gather your contacts and,
Okay.
and have something that'll help,
Okay.
push it forward. So that way we know, like, how to navigate yourself going forward. We have all this, like, big picture, but there's still details that need to happen before that big picture can come to play.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's like a
got it.
brainstorm. That's the word, brainstorm.
Brainstorm. Okay, I'm gonna look a little bit further. Probably to give me something to do. Could y'all come up with a subject that y'all would like to discuss and talk about, or find out more about, so we can. I'll look it up, find out as much, go through some books I got about those things, and we can have that. That's not for
I
next
want
week.
to talk about the subconscious mind because it's a really deep subject.
Okay. Subconscious mind?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go that route, then I suggest some workings by Carl Jung because he
Ooh.
deals with subconscious heavily, and I deeply respect his teachings.
Nice.
I do too.
Yeah, as well.
What's his
Oh.
name now?
Carl
Jung.
Jung,
Carl Jung.
How you
Heard
spell?
that name
I know how to
before.
spell Carl, but what is it? Jung?
Jung.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know them. I
Yeah,
know.
you should know him. You know, she know. She's just remembering. Okay, that's great. Thank y'all for that. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. So I'm till then I'll be looking up some stuff for
I don't be knowing
subconscious.
people names.
He coined the term synchronicity. It came
Right.
from him.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
I'll be looking for that.
Thank you.
So
Okay, let me write that
anything
down.
else?
What's gonna be stuff? Okay, like I had something. Let me tell you, because I got a book. Okay. Every day on my planner, I always write gratitude, things that you're grateful for. So I always do something like what I feel like to move forward in your life, you need gratitude. So I always do something gratitude, just like one or something that you're grateful for. That's all I think. That's what I think. Just one thing that you're grateful for, everybody.
Okay, we're gonna you ask
Grateful, gratitude and subconscious mind. That sounds real
gratitude.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write that down. Subconscious mind.
Yeah.
I take notes,
Look
y'all.
at all these seeds.
All right. So the week after next, we're going into gratitude in the subconscious mind on all
Okay.
angles. Open format. Let's go in.
I love it.
I love y'all.
That's the
Thank you for
14th?
coming.
That's the 14th? You
The
said the week
14th?
after next?
I didn't look at the date.
Wasn't it what is it the 6th or the 7th of next Thursday? And then the 14th would be I think the 14th would be the date that
Friday.
Sheila's saying about
Oh.
subconscious mind.
Friday, right?
So that's the
Am I right?
14th.
'Cause I know the 1st is tomorrow, so I'm just trying to do the math.
Okay. Okay.
So are we meeting next week or no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hold on. Okay, so on the 7th, it's going to be the brainstorm about, ways to,
The petition.
start planning how you're going to move forward in whatever project you might be working on. And then the 14th, Thursday, which we're going to talk about the gratitude and the self-conscious mind.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the 7th actually is the full moon. It's a flower moon.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's why it has it there on the calendar.
okay.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, so
Oh,
that's interesting. Okay.
Yes. Yes, kings and queens.
Okie dokie.
Hey, goddesses.
All right.
y'all.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything, just for being present.
Yeah, thank you. I enjoy this so much.
Nice
You have no
meeting
idea.
everybody.
Thank y'all.
Nice to meet you.